Welcome back with a smiling face. Links to previous episodes are given in the video description, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. Hunted by the Past. Episode 4. Chapter 22. I keep punching, aiming right at the targets like Tanya told me. I'm sweating like crazy, as I have been at it for 2 hours now. But I'm genuinely feeling great. I finally got back to the gym, and I really missed our morning workout sessions. She lets me hit a couple more times the target, encouraging me all along. When we finally stop, I'm panting. You're doing great, baby girl. I still feel this is never going to be enough, Tanya. Nathaniel is crazy. She rolls her eyes and helps me take off the gloves. We are both wearing dark workout outfits, but that makes the difference between us all the more visible. Tanya is 1 head taller than me, and she shows a lot more muscles under her tan skin. Even if I did gain a few new pounds and can now last longer at training, I still feel like I'm lacking and weak. How am I supposed to defeat a grown man, an alpha to boot? No, it will be enough. It's all in the head, baby girl. What you need is to work on is your willpower, and to avoid being hurt. Here we go. They both have this crazy theory that I would have some alpha potential, enough to be able to make Vincent submit. I know he is not the strongest alpha around, but still, I'm just a teenage girl who's only known how to take a hit before. I shake my head. Tanya, you overestimate me. I can only stand Damien's gaze because he is my mate, not because I can actually dominate an alpha. Not only the boss, Nora. Do you realize you've done it with all the alphas you know? Even Liam asked about it. None of his friends can talk back to him like you did. I couldn't, and my family is pretty strong. But we are wolves, and wolves stick to their ranks. And I tell you, your wolf should never have submitted to that pathetic guy in the first place. I feel a growl inside. My wolf agrees with her. She never wants to submit again, and she's quite angry about it. What? You've been hiding for years, and now you're ready to go all claws out against Vincent? I sigh. The new mystery about my birth that unexpectedly arose since Nathaniel came has me thinking a lot, too. I remember my parents. I know I looked a lot like my dad, and he loved me lots. My mother, on the contrary, was more distant, and Alec took mostly after her. They fought a lot, even if I don't much remember what it was about. While thinking it over last night, I remembered something Alec said, whose fault is it that I am an orphan? What could he mean by that? We both lost our parents in the most tragic way. I still remember that day vividly, but Moon Goddess, I don't want to reminisce. I've already lost most of my childhood memories because of that memory. But because of that, I can't remember meeting Damien, either. I haven't seen him since our kiss yesterday, but I understand he's working. I called him this morning to thank him for the job at Nathaniel's restaurant, and let him know I was feeling a lot better now. It felt great, being able to communicate normally with him, though I blushed the entire call. He even said I should go out shopping with Tanya. I feel like they have something planned, but I don't mind. When we go back to the apartment, I take a well-deserved shower, as usual, and take my time dressing up for once, since we are going out. We're now at the end of November, so I go for white pants, a pretty cobalt blue sweater, and some brown leather heels. I'm still inspecting myself in the mirror, unsure about my choice when Tanya comes in. She is wearing her black leather pants, an assorted jacket, and a white top with only one strap. She whistles when she sees me. "Hello, baby girl," she says with a playful smile, "I wish I was as thin as you, you look like some princess from a fairy tale. Oh wait, you need some accessories. Let me pick some for you. I look like a fragile child, I sigh while putting on the silver earrings and bracelets she gives me. I've always hated my thin and small build. Maybe it's from malnutrition, but I've always been one of those petite, slender girls. I wish I had some more curves and muscles like Tanya. Damien looks so tall next to me. Thinking about his build makes me reminisce the touch of his hands on me. I get a hot shiver. It still seems so unbelievable. Damien always treats me like I'm some precious flower, yet when I look in the mirror, all see is this horrendous scar on my face. Nora. Tanya is looking at me, worried. I unconsciously brought my finger to touch my scar, following the long red thread, running from my right eyebrow to my jaw. Sorry, I was thinking. Your scar. You never talk about it. How did you get it? She asks while sitting on my bed. What do I say? An accident? It was not precisely an accident. I bite my lip, trying to look for some explanation that won't leave her too shocked. I really don't want to get into the details, but I don't want to lie to Tanya again, either. It was some sort of domestic incident, I guess? With a knife. But that's from when I was very young. But I don't want to talk about it, Tanya, sorry. She nods, still frowning. But I don't want to talk about this memory. Not now and not here. I put on a smile, and grab a coat. We head outside, with Bobo following us as usual. I'm starting to wonder if I will ever see him in his human form at all. The elevator takes us to an underground garage, and Tanya heads for a black SUV that looks brand new. Bobo jumps on the back seat while Tanya and I take the front, and she starts driving out. I'm so happy to go outside again. I aim to open my window, but Tanya closes it as soon as I do. No, no, baby girl. Too dangerous. I frown. Why can't I open the window? It's not like some sniper is after me. I pout, but I don't want to argue with Tanya when we just barely exited the building. Now that I think about it, the car does seem to have tinted windows. They are not kidding about my security. It's almost like I can see Damien's shadow surrounding us. Tanya. What is Damien's job exactly? She thinks for a while before answering me. She looks so severe while driving, but she put on some aviator glasses and rock music on the stereo, which also makes her look totally cool. Basically, a businessman. The boss runs the black group along with his brother Nathaniel, so that includes a few companies. He is the CEO and main owner, so he has to show up to meetings every now and then. He's really good, but he hates going to those and always says they don't need him. He sends our brother, Neil, to replace him sometimes, but according to him, they all go crazy when the boss is not there. Is that why you always call him boss? She laughs at my question and plays with her ring while waiting for the light to go green. Sort of. It's Bobo who started, actually. Since we are werewolves, there are always big internal struggles with the money, deeds, and who gets more power and stuff. It's like a mafia, and the boss certainly works that way. He never forgives anyone who oversteps their boundaries or tries to double-cross him. He has them all shaking whenever he enters a room. Thanks to that, it's going smoothly, but trust me, some guys can never sleep well. This doesn't come as a surprise to me. Saying that it works like a mafia doesn't only apply to Damien's group, but all the packs as well. It's all about power between werewolves. We learn to respect and submit to the strongest, and fight to survive. The wars for territory are no joke. Some packs are known to be more peaceful than others, but no one wants to step a foot on the wrong turf. Considering this, the Blood Moon pack needs just as many assets to strengthen its power over Silver City. Being a strong wolf means nothing if you have to beg others for money, or don't have a proper place to let your pack live in. But from what I've seen so far, Damien doesn't have this kind of problem. I wonder how and when he got that powerful. Tanya finally parks in front of a colossal shopping mall I've never seen before. She is smiling so brightly it's almost blinding. Here we go. Shopping time. Bobo lets out a low growl, and I'm pretty sure he's not as enthusiastic as his sister. And I soon understand why. It was nice for the 5 or 6 first shops we visited. Tanya loves to try lots of different things, dress me up like a doll, and run around to see what she might have missed. Her shopping technique is a bit scary, as I've never seen someone pick out clothes so fast. And only brands too. I feel a bit shy standing in the middle of such high-class items, but Tanya clearly is used to it. I wonder how she gets the money to pay for all that, though she only buys 1/10 of everything she tries. I try to keep her from buying me things, too, as my wardrobes are already full, but she doesn't care. She even buys some clothes for her brothers. When we are exit our 10th shop, I'm carrying more shopping bags than decent, and my feet are killing me. I have to beg Tanya for mercy. Tanya, I'm just going to grab something to drink. Can you meet us at the cafe we saw upstairs earlier? Sure, sure. But stay with Bobo, she says while looking into a pair of jeans. Promise. The big wolf is only too happy to accompany me to the 3rd floor and escape his sister's shopping marathon. We walk away side by side and, once again, I wonder how come nobody says anything about the enormous beast walking around in broad daylight. We find a table in a corner, and Bobo hops on the bench. I order 2 lemonades since I've seen him drink some at home. Gosh, I'm so tired. I don't know how Tanya can run around on her heels all day. The mall is actually not so crowded. It's a Tuesday, after all, so no surprise there. I like this place, it's all white, rather neat and clean without being too pompous. There are 3 floors, the 2 upper ones being open so we can see downstairs. I like to look around to watch what people are doing. It's mostly early Christmas shoppers, I would say. December is already starting next week, after all. I wonder if I should get a Christmas present for Damien. The only person I got a gift for each year was Alec, but he always rejected it. Even if I couldn't take part in the party, I liked Christmas with the Jade Moon clan a bit. Mostly because I could spend all day in the kitchen to prepare the Christmas dinner. But what should I get him? He must be so rich, and I have yet to make any money. Damien owns buildings, companies. What could I possibly offer him that he can't get himself? While I'm lost in thoughts, I suddenly get a chill. My wolf starts growling, and I instinctively get on my guard, too. I feel like someone's observing me. I look around, but aside from us, the cafe barely has more than a couple of customers. I still can't shake off this uneasy feeling. Something's off. Bobo. He has started growling, too, and steps back until he's against my leg, in a defensive position. We wait, looking all around to understand what's going on, but for a while, nothing happens. The uneasy feeling gradually disappears, and after a couple of minutes, I see Tanya running towards us. Nora! What's wrong? Bobo said something was happening. I don't know. I feel like someone was watching me. I'm not sure, and we saw no one. I answer while looking nervously around me. Tanya looks all around us, 2, but everything seems normal. I'm sure someone was staring at me, and it gave me the creeps. My wolf instincts don't lie. Whatever it was, it's gone. But I don't like this. If someone's watching you, that's no good, Nora. Could it be someone else Damien sent to protect me? But Tanya shakes her head. No. He only trusts Bobo and me for your security. He would have told me if anyone else was supposed to watch you. And Bobo didn't pick up any familiar scent either, it's definitely not someone from our pack. She sits, still on her guard. But I think whoever it was is gone. Tanya then grabs one of the bags and gives it to me. I frown while opening it, and turns out it contains a small box wrapped with a Christmas-themed paper. She gives me a smile. Sorry, it's for your birthday, but they only had this kind of wrapping. An early birthday present, though you should have had one sooner. I open the present, curious to know what it is. It's a brand new smartphone. I know this Korean brand, and it's the latest model, too. Tanya even picked a white case and some very girly and shiny stickers so I can decorate it. It's already on and unlocked, and in the contacts, she already put her number, as well as Damien's. Without warning, I can't help but let out a few tears. Nora. What's wrong, baby girl, why are you crying? Don't you like it? Should I have picked a different model? Or is it the color? She is so panicked about my tears that I can't help but laugh at her questions. I wipe out my tears to answer, a bit embarrassed to be crying in public. No, Tanya, it's awesome, really. I haven't received a present in a while. It's been years, so I'm really touched. Thank you so much. Oh Nora, you are so cute, she comes and gives me a hug. I really am sincerely touched. Back in the Jade Moon clan, nobody cared about my birthday, most of them didn't even know when that was. Even Alec gradually forgot about it, since he didn't care anyway. Tanya orders a coffee and takes her time showing me how it works since it's my first time using one. Her phone is the same as mine, except that she chose the gold model and even put small diamond stickers all over it. Tanya explains the most basic features to me but suggests I get a mailbox and some games on it later. Apparently, she uses her own phone a lot. Does Bobo have a phone? She nods and takes a second phone out of one of her jacket inner pockets, a black one. This one is an older version and looks used. I keep it for him most of the time. He doesn't like using it too much anyway, except for listening to music. He loves Latino stuff, like reggaeton. Really? It's funny to imagine that this big, lazy, and aloof wolf loves dancing music. Tanya nods with a smile while petting her brother's fluffy ears. I noticed Bobo really loves to be pet, like a house dog. You should see him dancing. It's the only time he doesn't want to sleep. Put the big boy on a dance floor, and he becomes a real killer. We will take you out dancing someday. I want to see that someday, Bobo. We laugh a bit, but then I focus again on the smartphone. Tanya shows me a few more things, and I think I understand quickly enough how it works. She lets me use it for a while as she drinks her coffee, and I even download and try a cooking game for a bit. Okay, enough playing Nora. How about trying to make a call? Her smile speaks volumes about who I should try to call, and I blush immediately. To call Damien? Out of the blue? What am I supposed to tell him? What if he is busy? I ponder for a while, but I really do want to try calling him. Okay, but if I'm to call him, I need some intimacy. I get up and exit the cafe to stand in the hall, and Tanya and Bobo can still clearly see me from the glass wall, as I'm barely a few steps away. I try to ignore the fact that Bobo will probably be able to hear me since he is in his wolf form, and I call Damien. It rings for a while, and I wonder if he might be busy, like in a meeting or something. But all of a sudden, someone picks up. Who is this? I frown. It's a masculine voice, but not Damien's. I don't think it's Nathaniel either, and I don't recognize that tone at all. Did Tanya put the wrong number? Hello, is this Damien? I mean, Mr. Black's phone. I mumble, confused. It is. I asked, who are you? Oh, sorry, it's Nora, Nora Blue Moon. Nora? Oh, sorry, wait a second. His tone changed completely as soon as he heard my name. I hear someone immediately pick up the phone, and this time, I hear Damien's voice. Nora. Damien. Hi. Sorry, Tanya got me this new phone, and I wanted to try calling you. Are you busy? Gosh, I'm sure I'm so red right now. Calm down, Nora, calm down. No, it's okay, sorry about that. Neil usually answers when it's an unknown number. I'll be sure to save it for next time. How are you? Everything okay? Oh, so that voice was Bobo and Tanya's older brother. I forgot he was Damien's beta. What's with him and having others answer his phone, anyway? Last time it was Nathaniel, too. So intimidating. Yes, I'm fine. Tanya took me to this really big mall today, so we are out shopping. It's nice to go out. Oh, but Bobo is with us, so don't worry. I know, Tanya texted me. Did you find anything you like? A few things, yes. Tanya is good at choosing for me, actually, I don't know how she can pick so many clothes so fast. You should choose things you like, too, Nora. Don't let Tanya do it all for you. I choose a few things. But I don't really have any money yet, so, who cares? I own this mall. Pick whatever you like, Nora. Moon Goddess. Of course, he owns this mall, too. That's probably why Tanya picked this one in the first place. For some reason, I feel so embarrassed now. I blush and nod, before remembering he can't see me. Let's just change the topic. Are you at work? I hear a sigh on his end. I am. Getting ready for a meeting. Tanya told me you scare your associates. I do. People work faster and better when they think I will kick them if they don't. I chuckle a bit. We both stay silent for a while, and I find myself brushing my hair with my fingers absent-mindedly. I love to hear your voice. He suddenly says, making me blush. I love to hear yours, too, I whisper, embarrassed. When can I see you again? I'm busy with work, for now, since I missed a lot recently. And Neil is glaring at me right now, so I guess it will be hard to take some time off. But you can call me anytime. Okay, I'll do that, then. I gotta go. I'll call you later. He hangs up, and I can't help but feel a little bit disappointed. I know he is busy with work, but still. I feel like we only talked for, 2 seconds. I bite my lip. While I was about to go back inside the cafe, my eyes suddenly catch a movement in the corner. I turn around, and I see him. He is wearing a black cap and a large jacket. He is looking straight at me from across the hall. Alec. Chapter 23. I can't believe my own eyes. He looks thinner and messy, but it's definitely my brother, Alec. And he is staring at me, too. What is he doing here, of all places? Is he looking for me? What do I do? He doesn't look like he wants to approach me. More like he is glaring at me. I run back into the store, panicked. Bobo, Tanya, my brother's here. Both of them jump on their feet and follow me outside. But Alec isn't in sight anymore. I run to the place I spotted him, but there is no one. Where did he go now? I look down to Bobo. Did you pick up his scent? He's not sure. There are too many different smells, it's a public place after all. Nora, are you sure it was your brother? 100% sure. He was definitely standing there, and he saw me, too, he was watching me. You think he was the one watching you earlier? I would not be too sure about that. The feeling was different. I shake my head, looking at Bobo who is still inspecting every inch of the floor. Tanya asks me how he was dressed, and picks up her phone to give out orders. She is sending out people to look for Alec, but I can't help but feel nervous. I keep looking around, hoping to spot him somewhere among the crowd. I don't like the way he was looking at me, so full of hatred. Even worse than before. I shiver, and it has nothing to do with the temperature. Bobo notices it, and comes to lean against me. My wolf tells me he means it's okay, not to worry. I just nod, too anxious to speak. Why do I feel so nervous all of a sudden? I don't like this situation. Something's off. Nora? You okay? Tanya comes to put a hand on my shoulder, but I shake my head. I want to go home. Now. I just say while staring where Alex stood. Okay. Let's get back to the parking lot, then. I don't say a word for the whole trip back. I know Tanya keeps glancing at me, but I ignore it. I just feel anxious for some reason, and I can't shake this weird feeling off. I really wish Damien was here. I'm nervously playing with my phone, but I can't bring myself to call him. I know he's busy, and I don't want to bother him for something so trivial. Maybe it's just me being paranoid. Once we are back at the apartment, Bobo is stuck to me. I know he is trying to reassure me, and I'm thankful for that. For a second, I wonder what to do, but I decided to go change into one of my gym outfits and grab my boxing gloves from my room. Without asking Tanya anything, I just head to the gym upstairs, with Bobo following me, as usual. I don't like this feeling. I try to punch it off on the sandbags, irritated. What is Alec planning? He clearly wanted me to see him, so what now? I never know where to stand with my brother. Alec has never acted like a sibling to me. He was the worst back when we were still in the pack, and he showed no remorse hitting me. Yet I could never completely resent him. Because he is my brother, and because what happened to our parents messed him up a lot. Maybe I was blinded all along. I remember the last time I saw him. He was ready to let Marcus RE me, and to kill me. I'm sure he would have if Bobo and Tanya hadn't intervened. Always visit jobnib.com for more novels and updates. I throw a couple more punches, with all my strength. What is wrong with him? Why does he hate me so much? I feel like I'm missing something here. But I can't let it go anymore. I need to settle things with my brother for real. For good. I keep the punches coming and even fail to notice Tanya entering the gym. I only realize she's there when she starts talking. I see someone needed to blow off some steam. Did you find him? I ask, panting. She shakes her head, and bring me a few black and white pictures. I take off my gloves to look at it while she puts my hair into a ponytail. The surveillance cameras caught him at the west entrance of the mall, but that's all we could gather. What do you want to do? This is the first time she is asking for my decision. I take a while to think, but I already know what should be done. I give her back the pictures. Find him. I need to talk to my brother, seriously. You have his full name, and we know he's still in town. Without a clan, I doubt he would go anywhere on other clans' turfs, and I think he is watching me. He's probably somewhere in the Blood Moon clan's territory. My wolf agrees with me, though she wants to go find him herself. But that would be reckless, and I promised Damien I wouldn't do anything dangerous. And somehow, I feel Alec is up to no good following me. But I just can't leave it like that. Tanya nods with a big smile. Now that's an alpha talking. I roll my eyes. Since we discovered this whole mystery about my secret birth, Tanya and Nathaniel have been going on about my hypothetical alpha genes whenever they get an opportunity. I don't really want to have to think too deeply about it. This whole matter about my non-recorded existence is already enough of a headache as it is. But, as a matter of fact, I also believe my brother may be able to enlighten me about that. All the more reasons to get a hold of him. A couple more days pass, but no sign of Alec. It's nerve-wracking. I try to chase my worries away by keeping myself busy, switching between my studies and workout sessions, but it's no use. We still can't confirm his location, and I have no idea what he wants. Moreover, I wish I could ask him some questions about our parents and the mystery surrounding me. Damien barely has any time to call me at all. Seems like he really is as busy as Tanya said because I can only manage to have him on the phone a few minutes a day. Apparently, they are about to reach an agreement with the Rising Moon clan, but that makes the neighboring packs uneasy, and thus, some conflicts are bound to rise. My brother said you had made your decision, says Damien. Yes. I'm not really sure this is a good idea yet, but maybe it's worth trying. I need to end things once and for all with the Jade Moon clan. I'm sitting on the couch, brushing my hair with my fingers while holding up the phone. It's almost midnight, and Bobo is sleeping like a baby against my legs. Damien sounds dead tired, yet he gave me a call, as promised. You can do it, Nora. Put that scum back into his place or I'll come and do it for you. I can't help but smile. I've noticed Damien is less polite when he is tired. I'll do my best. We're still looking for your brother. He really knows how to stay under the radar. Nathaniel even gave the word to our allies, but no one has spotted him yet. I have been thinking about this matter a lot. Recently, I had an idea about how to get a hold of Alec, but I'm not sure this will work. Damien, I think I know when we can catch him. But I'm going to need help. Tell me. I think he will be there at the duel against Vincent. Alec is rancorous. Peter and Vincent banished him, so I'm sure he will want to be there to see the Alpha being demoted. He will definitely find a way to see the fight, and that's when we will have a chance to catch him. We can have people watching the grounds. 2 days is more than enough to gather them. I'll ask Nathaniel to take care of it. I leave out a sigh. Why do I feel this will be our last chance to catch my brother? If he has been watching me recently, why is he staying away? Does he already know my connection to the Blood Moon clan? I haven't told anyone that Alec was the one who tried to strangle me that night, and I'm not sure if I should say it. Damien might seriously kill him if he knows. We discuss a bit longer about what preparations should be made to be sure to catch Alec, but I still feel uneasy. What if we do catch him? Damien, can you promise me something? What is it? When we catch Alec, I want you to promise me you won't attack him. Nora, what is this about? I know he suspects something. He probably wonders why I would be worried about him hurting Alec, but I can't possibly tell him the truth. However, I can't be sure that Alec won't talk and spill the beans. Moreover, Alec is always so harsh while talking to me, and Damien is not the most patient person. Just promise me, please. He stays silent for a while. Okay, I promise. That's one last thing to worry about, at least. I sigh, tired by all the anxiousness. I rest my head on the sofa and close my eyes for a second. I miss you, I whisper. Same here. I wish I could see you right now. Same here. I chuckle a bit. He really is tired. Are you just going to keep saying that? He stays silent for a while, and I'm thinking we should hang up to both catch some sleep, but I hear his voice before I can talk. I want to come all the way over there and kiss you again. I blush, embarrassed, and hide my face with my hair even though he can't see me. Same. I whisper. The next day was the last one before the duel against Vincent. To be honest, I was not as worried over the duel as I was about Alec's matter. It felt like my brother held all the answers I was looking for, and I was worried we might miss him again. Even the siblings felt my anxiety and stayed next to me all day. Tanya even trained me for a few hours, though it didn't help me blow off all the steam. However, when we got back to the apartment, to my surprise, both Nathaniel and Liam were there. As elegant as ever, Nathaniel was simply standing still in the kitchen while discussing with his younger brother. Liam, however, was lazily lying on the couch and just sat up as I entered the room. He casually waved at me. "Hello, Princess," says Nathaniel. "What are you both doing here?" I asked, worried. The two of them coming to the apartment didn't seem like a simple, friendly visit. And I know I can't trust Nathaniel's smiling face. Liam rolls his eyes and leans on the couch, leaving the explanation to his older brother. "We just wanted to come and see you before the duel. How do you feel?" "I'm fine," I answer honestly. It's true. Since I've been living away from my clan for a whole month, Vincent doesn't seem as threatening as he once was. I'm not exactly overconfident in my fighting abilities, given that I have only shape-shifted a couple of times before, but I don't intend to hold back and act scared either. It's just wishing for that matter to be settled for good. Good. Well, Liam and I will be there tomorrow, as well. Damien wants to make sure his princess doesn't run into some unnecessary trouble. He means if the Jade Moon clan attacks me, they could try to hurt me before the duel, or even find someone else to challenge me if I win over Vincent. Moreover, during a fight for the alpha position, a clan is usually weakened, making it easier for rogues and other packs to launch an attack. However, none of the local packs would dare to do such a thing if the Blood Moon clan is there. And with Liam and Nathaniel present, the Jade Moon pack members will have no choice but to acknowledge whatever is the duel's result. Thank you. Did you talk to Damien? I'm sure the two of them already discussed the matter of Alec. Nathaniel nods with a smile. Yes. Don't worry. We will prepare accordingly to be sure to catch him. Just focus on your duel, Nora. Trust me, my hunters won't miss your brother, adds Liam. I feel better knowing the Black Brothers will be there. As expected, Damien most likely won't be able to come, but I know I can trust these two. Even if no one from the Jade Moon clan will be on my side, they will. What of Marcus Sickles? I ask. That is a matter that no one dared to bring back on the table for a while, but I need to ask. I'm sure Nathaniel was on it, and I need to know if there is a chance he will show up, too. But he just shakes his head. Still no trace. Sorry, princess. We are still looking into it. If I stabbed him, he couldn't have gotten very far without help. And I remember how much blood there was. It was no light wound. No, for now, I should just focus on the upcoming duel with Vincent. While I go to sit on the couch next to Liam, Nathaniel keeps talking. Your birth matter is still a blur. Your parents were indeed part of the Gold Moon clan, both of them. It's not a pack we are on good terms with, but I still managed to get some information. Apparently, the Blackwoods got married in their mid-20s after your mother got pregnant with your older brother, and moved in together to start their family. It seems like they estranged themselves from their clan's matters after that, but more importantly, no one remembers them having a daughter. To be honest, I don't remember living among a clan before the Jade Moon, either. But it is not totally uncommon for young couples to detach themselves from the matters of their pack to focus on their family. Especially those with young pups. What happened to them, then? Suddenly asks Liam. All eyes converge on me. Of course. I bet Nathaniel already knows, if he was looking into it. He probably already told Damien about his findings, too. But now that Liam is asking me, and with the siblings present, I can't really hide it anymore. I really don't want to say too much, and my memory isn't too good either. I might as well keep it to what Nathaniel should know, as it is all in the police report. I take a deep breath, and answer with all the composure I can gather. They died. About 10 years ago. When I was 7, my mother killed my father and then took her own life. Chapter 24. Liam and the siblings look at me, dumbfounded. Only Nathaniel acts very calmly, going to the kitchen to grab drinks for everyone. Liam is the first one to react after a minute of heavy silence. Wait, what? It's as I said. Our mother was mentally unstable. She was often depressed or anxious. She had been ill for a few months before it happened, and she had a sort of crisis. She went mad and aggressive. She stabbed my father. The police report did mention that Alice Blackwood was under serious medication for her mental health. I just nod. I really don't feel like reminiscing any further, so I'm not going to give any detail. This is the darkest memory of my 7-year-old self, and I don't want to linger on it any more than necessary. It seems like Nathaniel already dug up all that there was. Liam seems about to ask something again, but he is kept from it by a click of the tongue from his brother. I take a cup of tea Nathaniel prepared and drink from it, letting everyone stay silent for a while. Bobo and Tanya are looking at me, but I don't want to seem pitiful. Liam, however, is frowning with an odd expression. What's with your last name, then? You told us you were named Blue Moon. Isn't that odd you don't even remember being called Blackwood at all? What about your brother? Did you guys never used either name at all? I never had to. Since Vincent picked us up, I spent my all life in the main house. I never had to do any official documents, I just assumed everything already was in order, or that Vincent or Peter took care of it for us. Before Nathaniel brought it up, I never imagined there was absolutely nothing about me. What about the school, then? I shook my head. I never went to school. The pack just gave me tasks, one after another, and no one ever brought it up. I knew how to read and write, that was enough. I just studied whatever books were in the basement with me. They look at me, clearly shocked. I remember spending hours reading old books no one wanted over and over again, like Wuthering Heights, Metamorphoses, or Hamlet. Treasures of literature with beautiful covers, yet no one ever looked at them. No one cared for the dusty, massive bookshelves since screens and video games were available upstairs. There were also full collections, encyclopedias and dictionaries, and I just read them all to complete my vocabulary. I would even pick up history books when I was bored or couldn't get to sleep. Lucky you, mumbled Liam, but Nathaniel gave him a tap behind the head. I can't help but chuckle over his grumpy teenager face. I wonder if Liam skips school often. It feels like his brothers are keeping a close watch on him, and I can't help but feel a hint of jealousy. But Nathaniel soon turns to me. I can't believe they didn't even bother to send you to school. It is intriguing, however, how the Jade Moon clan also never cared about your legal existence at all. I wonder if they know anything about your origin. I doubt it. Vincent found us in the streets. I guess he was only too happy to find a useful pair of orphans. But he never treated your brother like you. I brush my hair with my fingers, absent-mindedly, trying to remember our first days with the Jade Moon pack. A bit, at first. But Alec just imposed all his chores onto me, and seeing I never complained, Vince didn't really care. My brother blended more easily into the clan, I guess. Vincent scolded him once, and Alec tried running away. He couldn't get past the warriors, but after that, Vincent officially admitted us into the clan so we wouldn't escape anymore. Alec was ecstatic to have joined the clan, and I was compliant, so that was it. Liam growls, visibly pissed. I can't believe you submitted to such a weak alpha. You should have just let me kill him the other day, Nate. But his brother shakes his head. Don't be so reckless, Liam. After all, Nora needs to get back at him for all she endured. Let her give him what he deserves herself. You better kick him tomorrow, says Liam. I'm definitely not as enthusiastic as he is. They are all eager to see me get my revenge, but that's not my state of mind at the moment. Sure, I have past grievances over Vincent, but I don't have that thing for revenge. I just want to settle things once and for all, and sever my ties to the Jade Moon. My main objective will be to get a hold of Alec. I really do hope we can catch him tomorrow, as planned. The brothers didn't really tell me what kind of preparations they have made, but it mostly must be asking a lot of people to chase after my brother once he shows up. The more I think about it, the more I'm convinced he will. I just hope I'm not wrong. Nora, are you still okay with beginning next Monday? I look at Nathaniel. That's right. I told him I would accept the job. I may not be confident, but I do need a job, and I have to give it a try. Ah, yes. Do I need to do anything specific? No, not really. Liam will come and pick you up to bring you there. For the first day, it's okay if you just stay close to Sophia, the manager, and watch how everyone works. All right, then. After discussing some more, Liam and Nathaniel actually stay over for dinner. Since my future boss was here, I did my best cooking, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. Liam insisted on giving me pieces of advice about the fight, making me curious about how experimental he could be. For a high schooler, he does seem prone to fights. Apparently, he's also taking boxing classes weekly, and was happy to discuss it with me. Obviously, Liam is the most hot-blooded of the three, while Nathaniel always seems hugely calm and rational. He stayed quiet for most of the dinner, but I did notice he spent a lot of time texting on his phone. The second brother's face never shows what he is really thinking. He smiles easily and can appear quite charming and polite. However, I won't forget how he was definitely the scariest one back when facing Vincent. How can I be worried when I know those two will have my back tomorrow? As I go to bed, I look blankly at my phone's screen, wondering if I should call Damien or not. Nathaniel did mention he was busy, and well, he knows what is waiting for me. I wake up early. The only one who is up before me is Liam, who's having breakfast alone in the kitchen. I salute him when entering. Did you have a good sleep? How could I? Bobo snores like a pig. He growls. I have no idea how you can get any sleep with him in the same room. I can't help but chuckle as I grab the tea. I'm used to sleeping with a lot of noise. The basement I was living in was directly under the recreation room, and there was always someone to watch TV or make noise until really late. I had to get used to it. And Bobo's snoring isn't that bad. He looks at me like I'm some alien, but I ignore him and sip on my cup of tea. We both stay silent for a while. He is on his phone playing a game, and I'm just watching the sunrise behind the glass wall. Nate is on his way. Says Liam out of the blue. He didn't sleep here. They explained to me last night that the apartment downstairs was actually one of Nathaniel's places. He didn't sleep there often unless he had to work until late in one of the close restaurants, so Liam would use it every now and then. He shakes his head. No, he slept with one of his women. So, Nathaniel is a player. You really can't judge a book by its cover. I thought he had a mate already. I didn't really intend to say it out loud, but Liam did hear me. He just shrugs. He had one. An older woman. But she was already married, and he was a nobody then. It was before brother took over the clan. Nathaniel didn't really have anything, and that woman was with a rich guy, with the dream house and everything. She said he wasn't worth the trouble, and rejected him. What? How heartless! I bite my lip, feeling bad for Nathaniel. How did he endure such a rejection? I can't imagine how I would have felt if Damien had rejected me. I suddenly feel something fluffy on my legs and realize Bobo is up. He casually walks past me to put his head in the fridge. Don't tell him I told you, okay? He doesn't like people talking about it. And he's over it now, it's been years. I nod and take a new sip. Being a player now doesn't necessarily mean he forgot what happened. I feel bad for Nathaniel all of a sudden. Now I understand better why he's the type to hide his emotions. What a heartless woman. I feel angry just thinking about it. After everyone woke up and had breakfast without rush, I head back to my room to dress up. Knowing what day it will be, I choose a comfy and sporty outfit. I will shape-shift and get dirty, no need to pretty up today. I put my hair up in a ponytail, and pick a tank top and large pants. I choose a dark sweater, and Tanya gives me a pair of sneakers, easy to take off. I want to go upstairs and train some more, but Tanya keeps me from it, saying I should save my energy for tonight. But I don't want to do anything either. It's actually Liam who ends up spending most of his day keeping me company. He brought his school backpack, and for some reason, we ended up studying together for most of the afternoon. Solving exercises and writing lessons had the benefit of keeping me too busy to think about the fight. Around 4, we paused our maths exercises and started getting ready to go. Nathaniel meets us downstairs in the garage, wearing his usual smile. He went for a more casual look than what he usually wore, so I suspect he will be ready to shape-shift at any moment, too. Liam, however, didn't even bother changing and is already in his wolf form, like Bobo. Like last time, we take 2 cars to go. I start to feel nervous on the way. Tanya casually talks to me, and I suspect she's just trying to distract me. We discuss the music on the radio, what weather to expect for the coming days, and clothing. None of the three are really interesting for me, and I just try to think about the fight. I wonder a few times why Nathaniel picked East Point ground. It's a large plaza in the middle of the industrial area, covered in graffiti and on open grounds. It's a place where bikers or delinquents could gather at night to drink. However, it is not usually crowded, unlike tonight. When I exit the car, I'm shocked. There are over 300 people. And I suddenly get why Nathaniel specifically selected this spot. It isn't part of any turf. Hence, a lot of people from neither the Jade Moon or the Blood Moon clan came to watch our match. Duels for the alpha position are usually private matters inside a pack, but here it is obvious the Black Brothers want to make this public. Once again, I feel that Nathaniel has a lot more in mind than he let on. A lot of people are eyeing me as I exit the car, most of them who I don't know or recognize. With both Bobo and Liam in their wolf forms next to me, however, I don't feel as intimidated as I could have been. On the contrary, I can't help but look at the crowd. People from other clans came to watch the fight. I recognize people wearing markings from the Sapphire Moon clan, the Gold Moon clan, or the Rising Moon clan. To my surprise, even a few members of the former Snow Moon clan are there, too. Don't they have a terrible history with the Blood Moon clan? But they are clearly harboring the White Moon marking. How odd! Of course, almost all of the Jade Moon clan is there, too. Almost all of them are glaring at me. I suppose that's what I should expect, considering the situation. Most of the clan is supportive of Vincent, of course. He is a carefree leader, letting his people do whatever they want most of the time, as long as they didn't cause any trouble. He only focused on his hunters and warriors most of the time. I finally see him among the crowd. He is discussing with his wife and a young man who must have been chosen as Peter's replacement as the beta. He looks tired, has dark circles under his eyes, and his beard is messy. When his eyes find mine, he frowns and ignores me. I wonder if he is having regrets now. Nathaniel's arrival causes a lot of people to react. I see a lot of people suddenly staring, and they move to not be on our way to the center of the plaza. The only ones that didn't move are people of the Blood Moon clan, and others with a red moon mark that must be Nathaniel's Velvet Moon pack. I see him smiling. Is he excited about the fight? Or because of the large crowd? I don't understand why they made sure a lot of people could see it. I realize that Bobo is moving his head non-stop, and I realize he must be scanning the area, searching for Alec. I had almost forgotten about my brother. I'm still clueless about how many people are actually going to help us catch him. I start looking around, too, but Nathaniel walks up to the center of the plaza. Good evening, Jade Moon clan. I see you didn't dare to run away from this. I'm not going to run away and leave my turf in the hands of a brat, growls Vincent. We will see that with the outcome of this fight, won't we? So, do you recognize that if Nora wins, you will let her entirely decide of your pack's fate? Vincent looks at me, seeming hesitant. He must be wondering if I really do have a chance to defeat him. Honestly, I don't feel too confident right now. I don't trust my alpha blood as Nathaniel and Tanya do. I don't have much experience shape-shifting, and I've barely started learning how to fight. For most people, this would seem a lot like suicide. However, inside, my wolf is already growling. The battle has already begun, though nobody else can see it. Vincent and I are staring at each other, judging our strength, testing our wolves. I know what his wolf looks like. I know he must be growling just as much as mine right now. It is way too late to back down. I will, only on the condition that you guys let us have a fair fight. No interference of your people to help her. She must fight me alone. Nathaniel puts on a shocked expression, looking a bit too dramatic to be true. Oh, you think we would actually cheat? He steps closer to Vincent, and I can tell the alpha is fighting hard against his instincts not to step back. They may both be alphas, but the difference is clearly showing. Anyone watching can tell who has the upper hand. Nathaniel whispers to answer him, but somehow everyone can clearly hear him. If we wanted to cheat, we would not bother to organize a fight here and now. If we wanted an easy win, I would have taken my warriors to kill your pathetic lot of dogs on the day Nora lead us to you. You wouldn't have a chance to answer back, and you wouldn't be standing on your 2 feet. Vincent is obviously shaking with fear. The ice-cold look in Nathaniel's eyes is terrifying, even for him. So now, you're going to be a good boy and let our precious princess beat you all she wants to settle for everything you have done to her. And I can predict you're going to think this is heaven compared to what my brother and I have in store for you once she will be done. Chapter 25. Being in the middle of a crowd is nothing reassuring. It's even worse when you know half the people present are wishing for you to get killed. All eyes are directed at me, or at Nathaniel. I feel grateful to Bobo for standing close to me. His enormous figure attracts attention, and a lot of people seem surprised by his appearance, too. He is almost twice the size of a regular wolf, and those who are there in their animal form are showing signs of nervousness. I would be worried, too, if he wasn't my bodyguard. Nathaniel's threats to Vincent are quite effective. Some of the clan's warriors have started growling, but I also see a lot of them slowly step back. Liam is walking, circling us while growling at anyone who dares to approach this invisible circle. Tanya is standing at the back, arms crossed, and I notice she now has a wireless earbud in and she's talking to someone. I wonder who she is talking to. Now, it's only me, Nathaniel, and Bobo, facing Vincent and his new beta. Everyone else is watching us, waiting. She is just a kid. She won't win, says the beta. Shut up, says Vince immediately, annoyed. Go with the others. The guy gives me a mean look, but he can't help but obey. I turn to Nathaniel, too. It's time. He just smiles at me and turns back to join Tanya. I put my hand on Bobo's back, and his green eyes turn to me. I give him a smile. I know he's reluctant to go. Don't worry, Bobo. Go. He lets out a short sound and goes, too, but not without growling at Vincent. He's so loud, the Jade Moon Pack's alpha jumps from surprise. If Bobo had alpha potential, he would be unstoppable. But I guess it's obvious that despite his size and strength, his temper is more beta-like. I'm left alone with Vincent. He considers me from head to toe with a sneer. I try to be as unreadable as Nathaniel, hiding my emotions. You will regret it, Nora. Did you think you suddenly got big because you have a strong backup? I ignore his remarks. My wolf is growling like crazy, and she's the only one I intend to rely on tonight. I might lack experience, but I know I'm tenacious and strong-willed. I wonder if I should take off my sweater now, but it's still chilly. We both step back to a 10-foot distance between each other and start walking slowly. Everyone tenses up around us, feeling the battle's about to start. I wish Damien was here. I would be even more confident with him behind me. But he's not. It's just going to be me and you, girl. I mentally recite all of Tanya and Liam's advice. Mind the distances. Watch his eyes, the way he moves. I'm weaker, but I'm faster and smaller. Liam told me every weak point I should aim at, for his wolf form and his human one. Duels between werewolves don't really have rules, aside from being one-to-one and no weapons are allowed. We can shape-shift whenever we want. I have tried shape-shifting a few times, and Tanya immediately pointed out my strong point: I can shape-shift extremely fast. I have to make use of that. Liam said the best outcome for me would be a short fight. I need to take advantage quickly. We take a few steps, walking in a circle while observing each other. I tried to guess when he is going to attack. Liam predicted that he would definitely take the initiative to launch the first attack. Vincent won't want this to take long either, as he is worried for his pack. And he does. I see him suddenly shift his balance and run towards me. "Try not to take any hits," said Liam, "you are too weak to endure several injuries." I dodge his fist at the very last moment and slide under his arm to stand behind him. I immediately kick behind his knee as Liam showed me. It works. He can't help but bend and get on his knee. Don't miss an occasion. I go to launch my fist, aiming for his jaw, but before I can reach him, I see a leg expanding and I'm suddenly kicked in my stomach. He pivoted at the last second, and I couldn't do anything to stop him. I'm ejected a few meters back and fall miserably on the ground. Wow, that really hurts. I feel like throwing up. It's been a while since I've taken such a hit, but Tanya's advice comes back to mind immediately. Never stay down. I get up, ignoring the pain. Are you trying to get killed, Nora? What is the point? Do you think you can be an alpha all of a sudden and win my Jade Moon pack over like this? Or is it that you want us all killed and at his feet? Do you think you can call yourself an alpha, Vincent? I ask. He looks at me, frowning, confused by my question. I take off my sweatshirt and tighten my ponytail. What now? Are you going to complain about how we treated you again? Are you playing the pitiful girl now that you have found your knight in shining armor? I'm not talking about myself. You are weak, unable to make decisions and ready to bow to other clans at any occasion just so you can take it easy. You don't control your young ones and let them roam freely as long as they don't cause trouble. You don't train them. You don't care about others. You mind your own business as if you were a rogue. He starts growling. Careful with your words. Don't you insult me. Oh, do you really want to have the conversation about insults? Mockery. He growls even louder but doesn't talk back. Instead, I see him look towards where Nathaniel is. But he hasn't moved. He appears very relaxed, sitting on a bench next to Tanya. Only Liam is standing, and Bobo is now the one walking in large circles around us. Liam was right. Having the Black Brothers watching us will not let him concentrate on the fight. I know I can take my chance. This time, I jump at him while he is still staring at Nathaniel, and throw a punch to his solar plexus. He saw me coming at the last second, and to my surprise, he doesn't dodge. He takes the hit, contracting his muscles. Does he want to show he is stronger than me? I won't have it. I still throw my fist as hard as I can. And he regrets not protecting himself immediately. I've learned how to throw a punch now. His breath is cut short, and for a second, he is choking, falling on his knees and desperately looking for air. I hear growls and angry voices raising around us, but I don't listen. I knew this kind of things would happen, and I trust the others to control the crowd one way or another. While Vincent seemed to be choking, I take a couple of steps back and get ready to hit again. But my wolf warns me just in time. He is shape-shifting. Indeed, it takes about 2 or 3 full seconds to Vincent to turn into a dark brown wolf. That is way longer than me, but still. Facing a wolf is way different from facing a human man. I adjust my position and throw a kick at the right moment to send him away. He falls a bit further, but I know I was just lucky his shape-shifting took long enough for me to be able to prepare my kick. Now, I will be facing a wolf, and that's a whole different thing. I need to shape-shift and let my wolf take over, too. But at the right moment, I take a couple of steps back, and I feel my wolf getting impatient. Just a few seconds, girl. Wait for it, wait. And there he goes. As expected, he jumps as soon as he can get on his feet again, running towards me. I stand ready, carefully waiting for the right time. He runs closer, and when he's almost at me, all fangs out, I shapeshift. I erase my human self, letting my wolf completely take over. It's even shorter than a split second for me. The sudden change brings my wolf self right at the perfect spot to attack his exposed neck. She bites furiously, and he lets out a plaintive whimper. Her fangs on his throat are powerful, and I can already smell the fresh blood. He fights for a while, trying to kick her off him, but she won't let go. She's clenching her fangs hard, not giving the slightest care for his pain. Around us, people start yelling loudly, calling me names or telling their alpha to free himself. Not a chance. I'm not letting go. We won't. He knows what he has to do, and he just doesn't want to. He tries fighting for a while, but I can now taste blood in my mouth. He is running out of time. My wolf wants him to submit or she will kill him. His pack encourages him not to give up. Are they blind? I'm biting his throat. I could kill him with just a snap, though I don't want to kill anyone. Is he counting on it? I won't. I can control my wolf perfectly, she and I are one. I'm not like some of us who can't resist their beast instincts and attack randomly. All of a sudden, I feel a vivid pain to my flank, and let go by instinct. I don't know what happened, but he probably managed to scratch me deep enough. I feel the blood flowing from my injury, but not enough to worry me. We are not done yet. I trust my wolf. I know she can keep up a fight. I let her take control so I can concentrate on the crowd. A lot of people have started cheering, but others are all stunned by my appearance. I hear comments on my blue eyes and white fur. Liam seems overexcited, leaning forward and growling loudly. Stay with your wolf. Vincent suddenly attacks, and the voice in my head surprises me enough to almost not see him coming at me. I react at the last moment, throwing my fangs at him. Don't let him dominate you. Who is guiding me? I listen to her, anyway, and start fighting him off. I growl loudly and don't let him take the upper hand. He is bigger, but I'm starting to understand his tactics. I can dodge some of his moves easily, and manage to bite him back for every time he manages to injure me. I can see he obviously hasn't fought for a while. He tries to get a hold of me, but I won't let him anywhere near my back. I'm being careful not to let him too close or get on top of me. But I'm starting to get tired. It feels like this goes on for a while before I finally see an opening on his flank. I aim for his shoulder with no restraint and bite as hard as I can. I use my strength and his sudden reaction to the pain to push him down to the ground, laying on his side. He is still fighting me off, but his shoulder and throat are obviously painful for him. Go for his neck. The voice in my head is guiding me all the way, but I don't have any time to wonder who is mind-linking with me. I fiercely bite Vincent's neck and hold him down. This time my fangs won't let go, and he can barely move while trying to get away. I'm smaller, but my front legs are on his back, and the pain keeps him from fighting with all his strength. You got him. I hope she's right and hold my position. The crowd's getting louder, but I don't care. I'm waiting for Vincent to recognize his defeat. I'm tired, I want to finish this soon. His pack keeps encouraging him, but some are starting to yell at him for being weak. The other clans seem to have lost interest in the fight. The outcome is clear now. They are patiently waiting to see it. Finally, Vincent submits. He stops fighting, extends his legs, starting to whimpering. This is it. I slowly let go and retreat a few steps back. Tanya comes up to me to give me my sweatshirt so I can cover myself when shifting back to my human form. This is quite embarrassing in front of so many people, even if it is for a split second. Thankfully Bobo stands in front of me, too, and I suppose the best anyone got was a quick peek at me. I stand up and look at Vincent. He takes his time shifting back, too, and his wife brings him a pair of jeans to put on. I wish he would hurry up, I'm freezing with my bare legs. Gosh, while looking down, I just noticed I'm bleeding from under my sweatshirt, probably my flank injury. And I got some on Bobo's brown fur, too, as he is standing right next to me. I try to gently push him away. Bobo, I'm bleeding on your fur, move, it's like trying to move a mountain. He doesn't care one bit. He is focused on Vincent, growling at him and his pack, making sure no one dares to come at me. Meanwhile, I see Nathaniel walking up to me. He smirks at Vincent. So. Vincent growls, but bends one knee and lowers his head. His neck is covered in blood. I can't believe I really did this. He is visibly furious, but with so many witnesses, he has no choice. I acknowledge my defeat. Nora Blue Moon is now free to lead the Jade Moon pack if she wants. A lot of unhappy pack members growl, but they don't have a say in this matter. Vincent raises his eyes to look at me, filled with hatred. I look around. Is that right? I see Nathaniel smiling, but Liam is still fiercely growling. A few pack members have come to gather behind their alpha. Vincent might be a bad alpha, but his clan still values him very much. The Green family is an old one, though they only took over the Jade Moon clan a few generations ago. I sigh. What do I do now? I could take over and they would have no choice but to obey me, but... Do it, Nora. Isn't it what you wanted? Says Vincent. I realize everyone is waiting to see my decision. I turn to Nathaniel, but he just smiles mysteriously, leaving me to decide. I breathe in. I don't want to be your alpha. That will only be an excuse for you guys to hate me more than you already do, and you will turn on me on the first occasion. I don't want to have to fight every day until one of you gets to kill me. Everyone is looking at me, surprised. They probably didn't expect me to reach such a decision. I see the beginning of a smile on Vincent's face. Oh no, you won't get away that easily. However, I have conditions. Now everyone is back at growling again, but other than the Jade Moon pack members, everyone is staring at me, all ears, waiting for it. I look straight at Vincent's eyes. The Jade Moon clan will pledge full and complete allegiance to the Velvet Moon clan from today on. Your turf will become part of their territory, and your clan members will follow the same rules as theirs. What? What kind of condition is that? Yells Greg. I look at him, starting to get annoyed by their attitude. I take a step forward, and Bobo follows me, growling loudly at them. I just dominated your alpha, I'm free to do whatever I please. You guys never cared about training properly, so it's high time for things to change. Your turf is one of the first grounds outside of Silver City. If anyone launches an attack on the area, you will be the first wall of defense. Do you want to stand on the front lines being unprepared like you are now? They look at me, dumbfounded by my words. I turn back to Vincent. And you are going to start acting like a real alpha. You will train the young ones properly, watch the border, and make sure everyone in your clan is treated fairly. Am I clear? But my apparent calm may have led him to think he could answer back. He starts growling at me. Who are you to decide what kind of alpha I should be? Aren't you washing your hands of my pack? You are giving us to him, and now you get to decide what protecting their pack is the duty of any alpha here. I start yelling. Stop being so lazy and do what you were named alpha for. You may have their respect, but you are worse than a dog if you think you can sit comfortably and relax just because of that. Any clan could overpower yours, and yet I'm giving you a chance to keep your turf and pack, and turn them into a proper one. If you don't like it, all of you leave. A long silence befalls on the assistants. I'm fuming, pissed at their attitude and Vincent's ignorance. But all of a sudden, I feel an arm around my waist, and a familiar smell surrounds me. Seems like my coming here wasn't necessary. Chapter 26. I turn around, facing him. I can't believe he really came. Damien is holding me tightly against him, but his silver eyes are glaring at Vincent. I notice that everyone in the plaza has reacted to his presence. A lot of people have instinctively stepped back, shape-shifting to their wolf forms or regrouping with their peers. I'm sure some people even ran from the scene right away. But the most scared one is definitively Vincent. He doesn't dare to look up now and is obviously shaking. Honestly, I don't feel sorry for him, I'm tired of his attitude, and if Damien can finally get him to understand his place, so be it. What are you doing here? I whisper. I couldn't sit still while you were fighting this trash. And I have a few things to settle once you're done with him. His ice-cold voice is definitely aimed at Vincent. Even his pack members don't seem so sure about staying close to him now, as nobody wants to have a share of Damien's wrath. But I'm not like them, I don't fear him. Instead, I'm feeling even more confident feeling my mate next to me, holding me. I glance at Vincent, too, letting him make up his mind. He is now looking at me, but carefully avoiding Damien's piercing glare. We agree to your terms, but we would like to pledge allegiance to you, Nora. I promise to do as you said, and I do recognize that I have been lacking as an alpha. To me? I don't understand why they would obey me instead of Nathaniel. Aren't they supposed to form alliances with other clans instead of a single person? Now it's like he is submitting his clan to me, but I'm not sure I want to be responsible for the Jade Moon clan. Though in this configuration, it would be more like having ownership while Vincent is managing it. When our eyes meet, I think I get it. My earlier words really did have an impact on him. Is it possible that I do have alpha potential, as Tanya and Nathaniel thought? I exchange a look with Damien, but he just nods, his eyes still on my former alpha. He is clear, I can do whatever I please with them. So I turn to Vincent. That's fine for me, then. All right. The Jade Moon clan, with me, Vincent Green, as its alpha swears a total and willing allegiance to Nora Blue Moon. May the moon goddess be our witness tonight. A few people in the plaza applauds or whistles. Nathaniel and Damien both seem content too, and my mate gives me a swift kiss on my forehead. Well done, princess. I smile and blush, still a bit shy. I believe it's the first time Damien called me by something else than my first name. I lean my head against his chest. I'm tired, but his warmth is the best thing right now. But as he glances down, I see him frowning with an angry look all of sudden. I forgot the blood running from under my sweatshirt. I shake my head and try awkwardly to lower my sweatshirt on my thighs. It's okay, it's not that bad. But he is not listening to me, his eyes fixated on the thin trail of blood. He turns to Vincent, and is about to say something, but all of sudden both Bobo and I suddenly turn our heads in the same direction. Alex smell. I'm sure of it. Bobo jumps ahead of me and starts running in that direction. I only take a second to shapeshift, escaping Damien's embrace. I hear Tanya behind me. Nora, no. Don't. But I'm not listening and not stopping. Running on all fours, I'm right behind Bobo, following Alex's scent in the northwest direction. I'm sure my brother was close just a second ago, we can't lose him again. Bobo is much bigger, but I still catch up to him, proving that I'm definitely faster than most. We run side by side, chasing the same person. I hear, or sense, other people running behind us, too, but no one is apparently able to catch up to us. We have to act fast, I can't slow down. We chase him for a long time, and enter further into the industrial area of the city, running past several warehouses. Is that where he was hiding? This is a remote area of the city, so it could make a good hideout. I finally spot my brother running in his wolf form ahead of me. He is a mix of light brown, white, and sand colors that I can easily recognize even in the dark. He is fast, too, but not as fast as I am, and I'm catching up. It's only a matter of seconds now. We have arrived at the docks area, which I am not familiar with. From what I can see, there is nothing but old warehouses on our left and the sea on our right. But if Alec keeps going north, we will end up on the Sea Moon clan territory, and I definitely don't want to enter there, or else we will be attacked right away. But I'm almost on him. I realize I ran ahead of Bobo and lost him, but I can't think about it now, and he can't be too far behind. He will probably catch up soon. I have to focus on catching my brother. But without warning, I suddenly see him turn around to face me. I wasn't prepared for that, and I try to slow down as much as I can. Alex seizes the occasion right away and jumps on me. For a second, I thought he was about to attack me, but instead, he pushes me on the side with all his strength. I'm already unsteady because of my run, and I can't defend myself. In a split second, I realize what he is doing. He just pushed me in the sea. Alec knows I don't know how to swim. My body brutally hits the surface, and I gulp a lot of water unwillingly. I try to paddle, but I'm disoriented by my sudden fall and the freezing water surrounding me. I can't believe he got rid of me so easily. I have to find the surface, but I'm choking, unable to breathe. I'm panicking, trying to fight off the water blindly, desperate for air. I'm starting to feel numb and tired. A dark veil is taking over me, and my head is spinning. Hang on. Air. I feel myself being pulled out of the water, and I start coughing unstoppably. Someone's patting my back, helping me breathe and pulling my hair out of my face. I hadn't even realized I had shifted back. Are you okay? That's the voice that was talking to me during the fight. I want to answer, but I'm drowsy and just nod while trying to catch my breath. It's okay, breathe. Use the mind link to talk to me, don't waste your strength. How do I do that? I try to formulate a clear thought, and I feel my wolf helping me somewhere in the process. Thanks. I feel her shape shifting next to me before I can take a glance at her. But when I look up, I immediately recognize her creamy white fur and her gold, mesmerizing amber eyes. I've seen this wolf before. She was the wolf accompanying Nathaniel when I went to the Jade Moon clan a few days ago. Don't worry, they'll be here soon. Bobo got him. Just catch your breath, your mate is coming. I gotta go. Her voice echoes in my mind. Wait. Who are you? I can't stay. I'm not supposed to be here. Don't worry, I'll find you again. Don't tell them you saw me. Especially not Nate. I want to say something again, but before I do, she's gone. And I am in no condition to be able to try and catch her. I'm exhausted, and can only lie on the ground. I close my eyes to try and chase the dizziness away, but an unknown smell suddenly grabs my attention, other wolves. I hear growling and I try to stand, but I'm way too tired. It's no good. I look up and see a bunch of unfamiliar wolves have started circling me. They appear menacing, and I'm sure they are from the Sea Moon clan. This is really bad. I'm lying on the ground, too tired to defend myself or even return to my wolf form. A guy in his human form goes ahead of his peers with a nasty look on his face. Look what we got here. A pretty mermaid just landed on our docks, boys. Are you lost, sweetheart? I answer with a growl. He is clearly making fun of me. Gosh, why do I have to be defenseless now? He frowns at my growl, unhappy with my response. I wish I could be more menacing than that, but even my growl shows how weak I am at the moment. In response, all of them start growling back and come closer. Suddenly, a large shadow flies over us, and a black wolf attacks them without warning. He pins one of them to the ground and breaks a neck in one swift motion. All of the Sea Moon wolves take a few steps back, some getting ready to attack, some afraid. It takes me a few seconds to recognize Liam's fur, and by then, another beast comes. He is pitch black, darker than night. Moving slowly, his fangs showing, the menacing wolf exudes the most dominating aura I've ever felt. He seems even bigger, surrounded by shadows. I gasp. All of the Sea Moon wolves are focused on his presence, obviously wary of him. No one dares to move an inch. Damien finally reaches me, standing above my body, in an obvious protective position. He is guarding me and looking straight at the man who talked to me with killer eyes. The guy gulps, his gaze switching from Damien to me back and forth. The terrified look in his eyes says it all. We didn't know, we just wanted to check on her. But Damien's eyes are still on him, without blinking. He is not growling or moving, but even I can feel his anger from here. Liam lets go of the neck he had his fangs in and shapeshifts. I avoid my eyes from the teen in front of me. Hey, I thought you guys wanted to play, what's this? Gosh, Liam, you're having way too much fun right now. We don't want to cause a fight. We just came to check why intruders were approaching. And you attacked us first. He shows his injured comrades, still laying on the ground. I can't tell if they are unconscious or dead, but the amount of blood on the asphalt is not good. Liam obviously doesn't care. So what? Do you want to complain? You guys should have stayed on your turf, instead of coming to take a peek at my brother's mate while she was vulnerable. We did not know who she was. But Liam shrugs. Above me, Damien lowers his head, gently pressing his muzzle against my cheek. He's worried about me. I raise my hand to lose my fingers through his fur. I'm so tired. I feel like I could fall asleep here, on the ground. I hear a car coming, and rushing steps towards us. Nora. It's Tanya. She approaches me and covers me with a large coat. Finally. Someone who is bothered to let me out. Damien has been mostly covering me with his body, but still. He gets up, and I can hear him changing back, too. When I look up, he only has a pair of jeans on despite the cold, so I can see his bare torso. I never noticed how muscular he is. I look away, though I'm probably too cold to blush now anyway. Suddenly, I feel strong arms pulling me up, and Damien is carrying me. It's a bit embarrassing, being carried like a princess against his chest when I'm wearing nothing but a coat. And in the middle of a territory dispute, to boot. I'm soaked, tired, and I probably stink more than I can smell. Can't we just go home already? I ask. Liam turns to me with a pout, visibly annoyed that I'm ruining his fun. But Damien doesn't care. He turns back without a care for the dozen hostile wolves behind him and heads for the car, Tanya following closely behind us. What about Alec? I ask. Bobo got him, don't worry. Behind us, I hear Liam growling. He and the sea moon wolves haven't moved. But we reach the car, Damien sits at the back, still keeping me in his arms. Liam. The youngest black brother can't disobey, but he still gives a glare to the guy. Next time, guys. He runs quickly to join us and finally sits in the car while Tanya drives. I notice a few wolves outside that must have come with them, but they all quickly disperse as soon as the car starts. I try looking for the creamy white wolf from earlier, but I don't recognize anyone. What about Nathaniel? I ask. He stayed behind to take care of things with the Jade Moon clan. I nod. Why didn't she want him to know her presence? I assumed she was from the Velvet Moon clan, but it seems more complicated than that. And how could she mind link with me? She is not from the Jade Moon clan, and aside from that, only relatives or bonded mates can do such a thing. Tanya put the heater on, and I'm starting to feel much hotter already. With head resting against Damien's shoulder, I feel his fingers gently running through my hair, and his other hand around my waist, holding me. What a day! Chapter 27. Unlike I thought, I couldn't fall asleep in the car. I don't know what kept me awake, despite the long trip and my exhaustion. For a while, I just stared at Liam's silhouette against the window and the city's nightlife behind him. Tanya had some jazz music on the radio, not too loud, though. I wondered if this was her car. Sitting on Damien's lap, I could feel his hands gently brushing my hair. Gosh, I always feel so safe whenever I am in his embrace. I'm cold, soaked, and exhausted, yet I am content being there. What happened in just a few hours seems crazy. You okay? Asks Damien yet, just tired. What about Alec? We caught him. Bobo is taking him to one of our houses as we speak. Are we heading there? I want to settle things with my brother now. After selling me, and trying to kill me twice, I think it is high time we have a little conversation. But Tanya stops me in my reflections. No, we are not. We are headed to the hospital. Nora, in case you haven't noticed, you are bleeding. Well, I know, but I figured I would just heal. I meant you are still bleeding. I realized Tanya's tone was a bit worrying for a reason. I checked the cut on my thigh, and it is indeed still leaking a bit of fresh blood. And it stings, thanks to the seawater. It may be deep, but I thought my wolf would have taken care of that by now. Why am I not healing? Can't do that. What do you mean we can't do that? I asked my wolf mentally. How come we can't do that? Any werewolf is supposed to do that. That's part of the checklist: shape-shifting, enhanced sense of smell, mind linking, night vision, and healing fast. Why don't we? While I'm trying to get my wolf to talk, Damien lifts a bit of the coat, too, checking my injury with a frown. I bite my lip. Okay, this deep cut is worrying. Liam is looking, too, a bit curious. But that is only until realizing that this is still my bare leg, and thus, his brother is giving him the glare. He quickly looks away, but I'm pretty sure he is blushing. Sorry, Liam. Why aren't you healing? Asks Damien. I wish I knew. I thought I would heal like any werewolf now that my wolf is fully awakened, but I don't get it. Maybe it's the salt from the seawater. You're not a bad spirit, Nora. Salt doesn't affect werewolves, sighs Liam. Maybe a witch's curse, then. You mean the ones that our father would be stupid enough to keep living in a city full of werewolves instead of exterminating them? I feel Damien stiffen all of a sudden, but Liam apparently doesn't notice it. I knew about their father having chased all vampires and witches out of Silver City years ago. That's not a secret for anyone. He made sure it was rather blatant. Is it the mention of their father that makes him react? Liam's right. I don't think we have any witches left in the area, and anyway, I don't see why a witch would have anything against you. You were under the radar until a few days ago, says Tanya. Well, I don't have any other idea. I keep looking at my cut, disturbed, but Damien puts his hand on it, slowing the bleeding. I sigh and rest my head on his shoulder once again. He presses his lips against my forehead gently. It's okay, we're almost there, baby girl. Thanks, Tanya, but I don't get it. Why don't I heal? There is already too much going on with my brother and all that mystery surrounding my birth, and now this. Nobody answers, but I feel Damien tensing up. I should have known. If it appears that I am really unable to heal myself, my already very protective mate will probably not like it at all. We finally arrive at the hospital, but no VIP room this time. Damien carries me straight to the ER, and an old lady doctor comes to examine me. She is tall, very thin, and wears her long white hair in 2 braided buns. She seems acquainted with Tanya, judging how they are openly conversing about my injuries and sharing her notes. Apparently, other than my obvious cuts, I have a broken rib and a few bruises, but that's it. After a few stitches and the bandaging, I'm only left with some swelling and a blood transfusion. Liam gives me a wink. Not bad for a first battle. Nana, any idea why Nora isn't able to heal herself? Tanya asks the doctor. Wait, what? Does this mean this woman is actually Bobo and Tanya's grandmother? She does look a bit like the siblings now that I think about it. She has the same honey-colored skin and Bobo's greenish eyes. Well, that would explain how Tanya knows so much medical stuff. I don't know, sweetie. This is the first time I'm seeing such a thing. Well, you are healing a bit faster than a human, to be honest, but a werewolf would already be healed by now. Then what is it? Maybe a spell. But the doctor rolls her eyes at Tanya. What's with those stupid ideas? There is no witchcraft that can make it so that a werewolf can't heal herself. Trust me, I know enough about black and white magic to know this has nothing to do with it. I'm even more curious now. Their grandmother seems to be even acquainted with magic. How cool is that? But she just smiles at me and shows my banded injury with a comforting smile. It's going to be okay. You just have to bear it the human way. I can do that. It's not like this is my first time, Liam smiles, but his brother is clearly not happy about it. He's stayed silent since the doctor came and was next to me for the whole examination, but I'm starting to think it might have been better for him to stay outside. He reacts so negatively each time I'm wounded. We exchange a look, and he suddenly exits the room without a word. Tanya's grandma watches him go, but she clearly isn't affected by his alpha aura. She is not one of us, whispers my wolf. Oh, that certainly explains it. I wonder how she got Werewolf's grandchildren then? After all, she still seems to know quite a lot about werewolf specifics. He probably just went to call Nate or Neil, explains Liam. I nod and turn to Tanya and her grandmother. All right, can I go now, doctor? I have spent enough time in the hospital as it is, recently. Oh, you can call me Nana or Granny Adriana, sweetie. And yes, just finish up this transfusion and then you're free to go. But you should rest tonight, and make sure you eat enough, okay? You're still too thin. Antonia, tell your brothers they have to come to see their old Nana sometime. Granny Adriana gives us a smile and exits the room. Liam and I turn to Tanya with the same smirk. Antonia. I tease. Oh, shut up, you two. I hate my first name, she grumbles. About an hour later, I finally exit the hospital. It is completely dark outside, but Damien carries me straight to the car despite my protest. I insist on going to see my brother, but the three of them are against it. You need to go home and rest, baby girl, you heard Nana. And your brother can wait. Don't worry, Bobo and Nate are watching him. He's not going anywhere, says Liam. Damien doesn't say a thing, but he clearly agrees with them. He's barely said a word since the hospital. I wonder what he is thinking. But to be honest, I'm too tired for any deep thinking right now. Once we finally reach the apartment, Damien carries me all the way to my bathroom before exiting to take a call. I can finally take the hot shower I dreamed about on the way. It was high time, because I really do stink after the battle and that short swim. Tanya comes in to help me wash my hair, since I'm too tired to stand after all that. I really have to work on improving my stamina. When I'm done, I finally feel clean in my blue pajamas. I arrange my hair in a low bun for the night and prepare myself to sleep, when Tanya comes back carrying a tray with a 3-course meal on it. I frown. No, don't you say you don't want it, warns Tanya. If you do, I can call the boss and have him spoon-feed you like a baby. I can't really say anything after that, so I let her put it in front of me on the bed. Well, it does look good. Vol au vent, pesto pasta, and even an almond cake for dessert. I bet this came straight from Nathaniel's restaurant. I start eating under Tanya's close surveillance. We don't really talk since she is busy texting someone and I'm lost in my own thinking. I haven't forgotten about the she-wolf that helped me during my fight and pulled me out of the water. Seeing how she called him Nate, I guess she is related to the second brother somehow. But then why wouldn't she want him to know she was there? He didn't seem to have anything to say when she was with us at the Jade Moon territory. I wish I knew her human form or had seen her clan marking. She said we would meet again soon, but how? I don't even know her name. Nora. Damien came back to the room, followed by Liam. Apparently, I'm not the only one that showered. The youngest brother also smells like soap. Damien, however, is still wearing his jeans tainted with my blood. I'm not done eating, so he sits in front of me on the bed while Liam walks to the window, standing next to Tanya with his arms crossed. Damien's silver eyes are glowing in a scary manner, and I'm instantly worried. Did something bad happen? What is it? Why does Bobo say that your brother is the guy that attacked you? Oh, crap! I forgot about that. I didn't even think Bobo would be able to identify him, considering how it was raining that day, but he did chase after Alec and hurt him. He must have identified him then, and that also explains how he recognized his scent as quickly as I did earlier today. I bite my lip. Damien looks really angry, and Tanya is staring at me with wide eyes, too. I put my fork down. How do I handle this now? Nora! Don't yell at me. Yes, Alec is the one that tried to kill me. They all look at me, shocked. I thought that Marcus guy was the one. Yells Tanya. No, the guy you saw that night in the alley was Alec. But I thought you only wanted to find your brother to ask him about your birth thing. Says Liam. Yes, that, too. But Alec does hate me, and yes, he tried to kill me. Twice, actually, but they don't need to know that. Gosh, Damien looks furious. I feel bad for not telling them the truth from the start, but I'm 100% sure he would have killed him on the spot if he knew everything. I knew something was odd about your brother, exclaims Liam. When we were at the Jade Moon clan that day, your former alpha and that weakling girl did mention he had been wronging you. And you said he lied, too. No wonder he wanted to avoid us so badly now, says Tanya. The only one that remains silent is Damien, despite his fuming eyes still on me. I try to reach for his hand, but he gets up. Both of his fists are clenched. Damien, say something, please. Why didn't you tell me? Because I didn't want you to get mad at him. Now, really? Okay, I do realize it is way too late now. He is obviously furious, and mad at me, too. I sigh, trying to find my words. Damien, I need to solve things with my brother. Yes, Alec hates me, and he tried to kill me. But that is my problem, okay? I need to talk to him and solve things with him. And I can't do that if you kill him first. I want to kill him, Nora. I don't give a damn about him being your brother. I'll SR anyone who touches you, and he tried to kill you. You would be dead if it wasn't for Tanya and Bobo. You lost your voice, and you were in a coma for days. How do you think I felt after I finally found you and yet I had to watch you while you were unconscious in a hospital bed day after day? I am mad, too. How do you think I feel after my own brother tried to strangle me? Damien, for the last 10 years there wasn't a single day Alec was nice to me. He was the worst. But he is still my only blood relative left, and I need to know why he is like this. I'm not protecting him, I just want to face him myself. Damien, I need you to let me do this. He stays silent, and I can tell he is seriously thinking right now. Gosh, why do we always end up yelling somehow? I'm even more exhausted now. And in front of Liam and Tanya, too, though they both seem concerned. I get up and grab Damien's arm. He ignores me, but I still hold his hand and look at him. Damien, please. Alec's attitude changed after my parents' death, and I need to know why. He is the only one that can help me know why my birth was kept a secret. After I talk things through with him, I promise he will be out of my life. He stays silent for a while, then turns to me, with his ice-cold eyes. That's why you didn't want me to hurt him. Yes. You promised me, Damien. That was before I knew he tried to kill you. Damien. He can't go back on his promise now. We both glare at each other for a long time. I'm not going to let him touch Alec. Then, I see his eyes shift slightly, and he points my scar. Is he the one that did this? What? No, Alec has nothing to do with my scar, I swear. I'm telling the truth this time, and I really hope he will believe me. He keeps staring at my scar, and I hate it. He usually ignores it, so why is he curious about it now? I tighten my grip on his hand, seeing how conflicted he is. Can't he stay here with me? I just want to go to bed, sleep in his embrace again, and forget about all this for a few hours. But the anger in his eyes is not reducing in the slightest. I bite my lip. Damien, please. You promised me you won't hurt him. He looks at me again, and all of a sudden leans in to kiss my forehead, before storming out. I stay there, completely blank. Where did he go now? Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates, link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.